Hello everyone, my name is Rick Passek, the FlyFish Fanatic, and welcome to my tying bench. Today when I'm doing the video, it's morning. I'll be tying a little, kind of an emerging Chironomid pattern. This is something I've been playing with on and off for 15 years, give or take. This is one that at times has been extremely successful. Other times it's produced, but it's one of those flies that at times it's an absolute must in my box. So thought I'd share this one with you guys. So let's get her going. So we're going to start off with a Hends BL550 clink hammer hook in a size 12. I tie these in a 10, 12, 14, 16 thread. There you go. Semperfli Nanosilk in black, 12 aught. For the bead, it's up to you. You can go to an oversized bead if you want. These are just black, flat black. I prefer the flat over the gloss black, but both work. For the body, I'm going to be using some dyed black Peacock Herl. So it's actually from Spirit River. They call it Intruder Spay Hackle UV black is what they call it. And it's basically, like I said, it's just it's Peacock Herl dyed black. And then for the rib, I'll be using some Semperfli mirror tinsel, the Mirage tinsel. And then for the legs, I'll be using a little bit of one feather, just a couple of turns of some hen hackle. Alrighty, let's get her going. So just start off your thread like always. This is one of those flies. A couple of people have asked me now if I can start when I'm tying, talk about how I'm tying it, but also talk about how I fish them. So this one here is one of those ones, full floating line, no indicator, and I just like having this one just do its thing all by itself. I don't like putting any other weight on it. I don't like putting anything on it. And I just cast it out there and I just slowly retrieve this one in a slow figure eight, a couple of pops here and there, and then stop. Let her sit. Right? Just let her do its thing, right? Oh, pulled it back too far. There we go. You don't want that in the bead, right? So I'm just laying this on my side, tying it all the way back down around the corner where I stopped with the thread. All the way down to there. Come on back up again. So that's just a very slow retrieve. So now I got three of those dyed black Peacock Herls, and I'm going to tie this in by the tip, just because I find the tips are a little bit more fluffy. They give those little barbules stick out better. So just going to tie that in right behind the bead there. Make sure it doesn't go over the bead. There we go. Come on back. That's not critical because you will be covering that area anyway. Now you do have to be careful with this stuff for two reasons. One, this Nanosilk will cut it. That's one. But even more important, this stuff is very brittle. Right, it is Peacock Herl, but because it's been dyed, it's even more brittle. So you just got to be careful with it. Alrighty, so now I'm going to take my Herl and I'm going to touch and wraps. Don't worry about it if one separates away like that. We can make it up at the front there. And here again, don't over tighten too tight with this Nanosilk. You'll cut it, right? Actually, you'll cut it with regular thread too. This stuff, like I said, it is fairly brittle. Great looking material. Peacock Herl is some of my favorite material out there, but it's always been so damn brittle, right? So now I'm just going to nice and tight rib this forward. Right to there. And I'm going to tie that off. So now I'm just going to take one of these really small, I don't want really long barbules on this. I just want the nice short little, okay, it's just a little guys. So I'm going to strip off all the under fluff here. Quite often if you strip that off right, I like keeping that stuff for wings. Let's just show you, see. No, not that one. It's in the garbage already. But yeah, sometimes I keep that for wings. So, alrighty. So now I'm just going to tie this in by the butt, by the stem. I always make sure I put a couple in behind just to lock that down, eh? Okay, and I can take my hackle plier. Again, these feathers are, I wouldn't call them brittle, but they're definitely, because they're so small, they can have a tendency of breaking off a bit. So I just got to be careful with it. 2, maybe one more. I usually do 2 to 3 wraps. That's it though. I don't want this too overcrowded in the front. So this is almost like a wet fly style. Okay. Now just take everything and stroke it back. Just everything. Excuse my fingers. Give that a little whip finish, holding everything back again. One more time because I don't know if I actually got that. Nip that off. Grab your little feather there, the little piece that was left over. That doesn't want to come off easy, so I'm just going to snip it. Normally I can break it off, but okay. So there is the finished fly. Now, sometimes if you've, like this one here's got a little bit of space in the front there, I may put a little tiny bit of let's just do it so I can show you a little bit of the green Hens Peacock dubbing, just the tiniest little bit. I already cut it off, so I can't. But I would put that in there, right, just to hide that. But it doesn't really matter. So I like it with a black bead. I do tie them as well with a white bead. Right. So here I'll put that actually in the way so you guys can see it. I prefer them with the black, but the white sometimes they just want that little white, that the hint of a gill, right? So. So I do tie them in the white as well, right? That one worked out a little bit better behind the bead than this one did, the one that I just tied. But you see, it's a little tighter around there. But yeah, so you do, and again, like you don't want too much when this gets wet. I just want these legs to lay back, and I want them to. Just gonna get this wet. I want them to pulsate a bit, right? Because it's like I said, it's almost a merger wet fly type of thing, right? So there, when it's wet, it just lays back and slicks back nicely. When you're stripping these in, those legs will pulsate, right? They'll just pulsate. They'll just boom, boom, right? So, alrighty. Hope you guys enjoyed that one. If you did, give her a thumbs up. If you've subscribed, thank you. If you have not, please consider doing so. Smash that notification bell as well so you don't miss anything. And yeah, we'll see you guys on the next tying video. Tie lines, everyone.